Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, you see the 22nd, 23rd and the 24th of February 2021 are going to be key dates when it comes to you. Something is going to happen, something is going to change, and you will see something, and what you are going to see is going to completely change your mind about an important direction in your life. And it's going to be very interesting indeed, because at the same time, you will need to remember that, this is a lot to do with the actual fact that you need to observe the limitations. Also, at the same time, you need to understand that you are going to need to move forward with an open mind. And at the same time, you just must make sure, you need to make sure not to be led astray, because a lot is going to be happening at the same time, which is going to be draining your energy. And this is why it's rather important to understand that this is to do with your own potential growth and also new directions. It is going to re-energize you. It is going to bring you motivation. It is going to inspire you. It's going to bring you inspiration. It's absolutely remarkable moment in time, because you are going to start the process, the progress, which is going to have a continuation in June and July 2021. So something is going to start up here. You're about to start something really important, but then this is a lot to do with what you're doing right now. It's a lot to do with what you have been planning. It's a lot to do also with an accomplishment that is just going to kind of become rather obvious at the same time, and this is going to play an important role in your own advancement. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and it's for February 2021. So it's for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and it's for February 2021, and your number is number 21. Okay, when it comes to numerology, this is a very, very powerful number. This is the number when you're going to feel your feet on the ground in a very powerful way, which means that in return, this is going to give you the necessary confidence in order to deal with a really strange situation that you will have this month. And the strange situation that you will have this month is purely about your own spiritual growth, which is just going to put you in the situation where you're going to need to respond in a certain way. And the way you're going to respond is going to be like, oh my God, you're just going to really surprise yourself. And this happens when you're going through the actual spiritual growth. So at the same time, your subconscious mind is going to expand itself, extend itself. So therefore, those things, that have been at the back of our mind, just waiting to come out, are most certainly going to come out. You are going to have a very powerful moment, very spiritual moment. And this is what the number 21 means. On another hand, let me tell you, the fact that you're going to have an important information about your own accomplishment, this is going to happen at the right moment and the right time, my gorgeous Cancerinis. This is why the things are going to start becoming really interesting for you, because you're also going to rediscover a very important part of you that you should be focusing on and that you should be doing. And it's going to help you so much on so many different levels. It means that you are going to be a winner. It means that you will have a very special and very powerful energy this month, but at the same time, it's about a reward, that you will have a personal reward about your accomplishment. But this is going to mean it's not so much about, oh yeah, money, oh yeah, success, la la la, and all this. No, baby, no. It's a lot to do with you actually receiving this. It's a lot to do with you actually finding this very, very personal, because something is going to change within you almost immediately, and it's going to happen at around the time when you're trying to make a decision, and this is most certainly going to play an important part indeed. The number 21 means, this is to do with like you will recognize the certain part of your life which needs attention. Okay, you will recognize the certain part of your life that needs attention, but then at the same time, you will just know it, that this is just out of the blue. It is going to really make you realize that you are in for like an ultimate change. And for the first time in a long time, this is going to feel really strong, because you felt this before, and you have been thinking about a certain aspect, of your life when it comes to change and when it comes to bringing things into your life and doing things, But now things are specifically going to feel pretty much different, and this is because it's happening at around this time. It's to do with an ultimate change that you are going to become aware of, but then again, at the same time, it's to do with your capability. It's also to do with like an important reward from a hard work, indeed, what I already mentioned, but then again, it's about a success and admiration from others that is just going to really refresh you and re-energize you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, like there is no tomorrow. On another hand, it is about a moment that you're going to have right before the end of this month, and the moment that you're going to have, you need to remember, every single time before something important happens to us, that it's meant to be there karmically, that it's meant to be there according to our spiritual journey. Every single time our emotions are like all around the place, we feel very deep, we feel very powerful, we feel a little bit different. And then that kind of drains a certain energy out of us, and it affects our way of thinking, and it affects our planning, because very often we overanalyze things. And when that happens, then we just kind of get lost in this energy, we get lost in this vibration. So I just want to say to you that there is like, oh my God, the biggest answer to you when this big start is going to happen. It's gonna happen when you kind of start thinking about a new start. You are also gonna kind of start having like a little bit of unusual dreams, or unusual things are gonna be on your mind. Or maybe if you don't dream, the first thing that is on your mind in the morning may be a little bit unusual, but these are all an important signs of you being able to transcend your subconscious mind, but at the same time to connect in a very powerful way. So therefore, you're gonna come kind of around, the certain things are going to be on your mind that are really going to surprise you, but these are all signs that you are entering this very powerful journey which you are going to have. On another hand, what I was going to say, that this particular energy is also kind of going to make you feel like, you see what I said before, it's like, it's like kind of like emotions are all around the place, and then it's very difficult to focus, and that sadly very often makes us think like, oh no, when we overanalyze things. When I said before, it's really good to just go with the flow and just follow the subconscious mind, and just kind of keep on focusing and reflecting on those things in your life that are constantly repeating, because there is one particular obstacle and problem that you're really going to need to deal with as well this month, and this is also going to be quite important. But what I was going to say, that number 21 is also about an important moment you will have, and the important moment when it comes to the new start, new beginning, new option. But this is going to be something really, really remarkable in many different ways, and you will know that it's the time when you're going to kind of like maybe a little bit overanalyze things, but at the same time follow your vision, because there is a certain vision that you will have. This is all going to be about this particular perspective that's going to be rather important for you to do, because it's going to start change quite a lot periodically when it comes to your life. Now, this is about a new start, and you need to trust yourselves, and also you need to push your fears aside. It's more important than ever, and at the same time, it's very, very important for you to understand, my gorgeous Cancerinis, that you are going to be challenged this month, and your response to this challenge will be, you need to stand up for what you believe, okay, and have confidence, okay. I can see that there is going to be this somebody that you will really want to challenge, and most certainly like in really nice way challenge. I'm not talking about, oh my God, let's just like have a row or something. No, baby, no. Again, it's like a challenge. Maybe something is just not going to make sense to you this month, You're going to be kind of talking to someone, you will want to resolve the problem, you will resolve the issue, but something is not going to make sense to you. But that person is going to have a very strong energy, and what I want you to remember, when people have a very strong energy, sometimes if they kind of like say something, or if they do something to us, then we just kind of, oh my God, like we kind of like don't respond in the way that we want to respond, and we just kind of get back to that situation later on, and then, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. I'm talking about that part, that type of situation. So when you feel challenged and something doesn't make sense to you, when you talk to somebody, you will need to resolve this problem, you will need to resolve this issue, and and just like challenge this person in the best possible and friendly way. It's like really, really important, because if you do this, you know, you are going to learn something rather significant about yourself at the same time, and this is going to be like your little secret reward indeed. On another hand, you know, I can see that you just really have to do this, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is like a blessing at the moment. It's like in order to follow this specific energy throughout this month, you will feel like you want to learn something, you will feel like you want to brush up on something, you will feel like you want to connect to something, you will feel like you will want to expand yourself in a particular way, but it's just going to come to you as in a form of a blessing in such a way. Whatever you do, whether you're looking for work, whether you're not working, whether you're retired, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's just so important. This is to do with your own spiritual journey, wherever you are, okay? And no matter what is missing in your life and what you need to pay attention to, it's going to be revealed. And this is why I really like this, because it's all about you having like a rather mind-blowing learning experience by the end of this month, which to every single one of you is going to mean so much when it comes to your personal advancement and when it comes to your personal expansion. And it's going to show you the way, it's going to lead the way, you know, it's going to show you the way exactly where you should be and exactly what you should do next. And it's going to be very interesting, you know. And as I said, regardless, no matter what you do, no matter whether you're looking for work, whether you're not looking for work, whether you're okay, whether you're retired, you know, it doesn't really matter at all. It's about a learning experience, you know. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's going to be super important for our own spiritual achievement. And once we do that, and once we get that, you know, our spirit can just evolve. And when our spirit evolves, it's a wonderful thing, because almost immediately we cut off the cords, you know, with things that no longer serve us, and that almost immediately gives us that push, re-energizes us, and it gives us the control over a situation, courage, self-esteem. And it's just like so many things are pretty much connected, you know. You are going to have like a absolutely ooh la la moment, and I like it, you know. I really, really like it, an ooh la la moment. And also almost the missing part of you is going to return. When I say that the missing part of you is going to return, pay attention to why you feel like kind of drawn to things in the past. Pay attention to why you feel drawn, not necessarily in your childhood, but there is something that is missing, something that is going to help you so much when it comes to shedding a light on a specific situation involving a problem with some other person, not a negative problem, but you just kind of like need to put your input into like kind of maybe the family issue or like an issue with your friends, you know. This is all going to make sense, because these feelings and emotions are going to help you to reconnect and connect, and above all, it's going to help you to actually bring an insight into the situation that you're not too sure what to do about. So this is going to be quite interesting, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. On another hand, you know, I want to say to you that of course I'm seeing, you know, the same thing. I'm sorry, when it comes to health, it's very important to take care of yourself as much as you possibly can by trying to boost your immune system. It's like more important than ever. Just try to boost your immune system by taking organic acerola cherry powder, which is a natural source of vitamin C, which is wonderful, without any chemicals, without any rubbish, without any unnecessary ingredients. So organic acerola cherry powder is a natural pure source of vitamin C that you can, if you can take only 1 little teaspoon, mix it up with water and drink it every single morning alongside natural vitamin D and natural zinc supplement as well. At around the lunchtime, I would highly suggest you to take something like a selenium or a natural organic selenium supplement, or even better, if you can get like organic Brazil nuts and you take 5 or 6 pieces every single day, and 5 or 6 pieces of organic Brazil nuts are going to give you a whooping amount of selenium, the brilliant amount of selenium required daily amount of selenium, which is fantastic. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Cancerini, that your digestion is again going to be a little bit sensitive. So, you know, when it comes to your digestion, just try to like cut down sugar as much as you can. I would cut it down completely, because it's vile. So you can cut down sugar. Like I'm not that I've cut down sugar, I've completely stopped sugar. I don't take sugar, but this really is not about me. I know, but I'm just using myself as an example. I've stopped sugar like a long time time ago. And now I'm just, I put in a little bit of coffee, I put a little bit of organic maple syrup, you know, instead of sugar, you know, and it's just, I did not even miss it like whatsoever. And I feel so much better for it, like there is no tomorrow. And also when it comes to all sorts of digestive issues and things like that, you know, you are going to find this quite beneficial. So to first of all, if you can cut out sugar completely, would be fantastic. But if you don't want to understand, at least you can like, if you can just, if you can't cut it down completely, just try to reduce the amount of sugar that you take. It's important because it's not really good for the tummy, not at all. On another hand, basically what else I was going to say, a little bit of organic aloe vera juice every single morning as soon as you wake up also would be fantastic, with a little bit of friendly bacteria to boost and promote friendly bacteria would be quite important here to do. And at the same time, if you like herbal teas and things like that, I love herbal teas myself, I adore herbal teas. So if you like herbal teas, then you can get like organic chamomile, because organic chamomile tea is mind-blowing in so many different ways. It's just so much more than the actual tea, and you're going to find it very beneficial. It's not only going to be fantastic for your entire digestive system, for your stomach, but it's also going to help you to get rid of the toxins in your body, and it's going to help you in so many different ways. It's remarkable, it's wonderful indeed. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Cancerinis, or not. One more thing I was going to say is just basically a little bit of calcium. Also at the same time, sorry, I forgot to say, a little bit of calcium for your bones. Calcium is remarkable, and this is something that you're also going to find quite beneficial. And the same for calcium, like if you are on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, just check with your doctor, check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now the very first date that I want you to pay attention to is the 4th of February. Oh no, I can see the 4th of February, it's going to be just a little bit of concern, you know. You're going to feel maybe a little bit low, you're going to feel a little bit deflated, a little bit, you're going to feel a little bit like confused and maybe a little bit sad, sorry, but it's just basically around a certain concern that you had over the last 9 months in particular. This is all going to be about this certain concern, but then again, at the same time, you know, it's to do with your doubt, and it's to do with the suspicion as well. And now that is something, you know, you're going to get hold of the certain specific information, you're going to realize, you know, something about this kind of doubt and suspicion that you had, and something is going to be confirmed to you. But then again, at the same time, it's going to be super important and super significant time for you, because the door the door are literally going to be open. What I was going to say, I was going to highly recommend you this rhodochrosite, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this, absolutely stunning, one of the most beautiful crystals I ever had. Rhodochrosite, it's absolutely gorgeous. And when it comes to worries, when it comes to negativity, when it comes to us feeling sad, you know, when it comes to us like feeling like a low vibrations and things like that, this is absolutely remarkable crystal, because it increases the positivity, and once the positivity is increased, it increases your energy, it increases your vibration, so therefore you are able to have a control over things, and so much better, because ultimately it will increase your self-worth. So it's a very important crystal to have every single time when we feel low, every single time when we feel down, every single time when we feel really negative. You know, this is when we feel like, oh God, I can't be bothered to do this, I can't be bothered to do that, when you have to talk to people who you don't like, you know, when you have to talk, when you have to express yourself, when you have important moments, when you have important meetings, important conversations. I mean, this is honestly a must. And look how beautiful this gorgeous crystal is. And also I would highly suggest you this to wear my gorgeous Cancerinis like every single time when you need a little bit of boost. This is wonderful. This comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. well, but I highly suggest you to get this. On another hand, yeah, so the actual 4th of February, then when you have this doubt and suspicion, when this is something confirmed to you, it's going to help you because you're going to be able to move on. This is going to lead towards the actual really important, the beginning of a very important transition in your life when it comes to change, and also when it comes to reversing certain things in your life that were bringing you down by making you feel bored, and that was ultimately making you feel rather negative. So you will know that there is a particular abandonment that you will need to pay attention to, because it's to do with the part of your life that no longer serve you, but then again at the same time it's to do with the sacrifice, readjustment, regeneration and rebirth. This is a very important time of your own transformation. It's to do with the control over a situation, strength, courage, energy, determination. Please do follow your own determination at the same time. I say that you're going to feel sad and negative. This has nothing to do with this, but over the period of 4th, 5th and 6th of the actual February, just pay attention to what is making you determined, because the light is going to start lighting up. And I really like it. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light, 6 lights, and oh my god, by the time you even notice, there are going to be 10 paths ahead of you, honestly, but in such a way of you just allowing this energy to freely flow through and follow the feelings, follow what is making you determined, because at the same time it's about the revelation that you are going to have. It's to do with an important journey which you are going to start, and this is pretty much so to do with an advancement in your life, but it is going to have the elements of the unknown connected to it, and it's going to require from you to make this necessary step. But this time you're going to feel like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go for it, baby. But then before, you would have been like, oh no, it's like the fear of the unknown would have stopped you. And now this is the balance, strength and the control over situation that I'm actually talking about. Okay, so now the second important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be the actual 16th of February. Now, the 16th of February, this is important for you to actually realize that you are, you're gonna feel like a certain restraint, but the restraint that you're gonna feel is not necessarily to do with you, but you're gonna feel like it's caused by others, and most certainly it's caused by others because it's not caused by you. So this particular restraint that you're going to feel again is just gonna require from you, on another hand, to be very responsible. So it is the situation that is going to arise, and it's going to need from you to be really responsible, but it's at the same time about you feeling the right moment and you feeling the right time to actually just go for it and just make this particular decision. There is a certain decision that you will make, and I really like it because at the same time it's going to help yourself to kind of set yourself free, and at the same time you will realize that the power is within you. So you will see how strong this feeling, this emotion can be, and where exactly this will actually take you. Because at the same time, this is to do with, with your own growth, and it's also to do with an important progress from a hard work. I also want to say that it's actually, it's going to require from you to make a certain reorganization. See what do you need to reorganize on the 16th of February. See what you need to reorganize. It's a lot to do with you manage things in the right way. By focusing your energy towards it, you are creating so much in itself. But it's going to be very important to see, as soon as you start the process of reorganization, edit and adjustments in your life, there are lots of ideas that are going to start flowing through your mind. And this is something really worth to actually pay attention to, because it's to do, this is 16th of February, it's going to be connected to the actual, as I said, like a progress, growth, from hard work from before. But then at the same time, one more thing I was going to say, just pay attention to what kind of dealings can you have, because there is an important actual and successful dealings which you are going to have, like a bit of a negotiation, not only the 16th of February, but the 16th, 17th and 18th of February. Pay attention to what kind of negotiation negotiation you will find yourself at, you will find yourself around, because this negotiation will be very important, you know, and that negotiation will be very successful and victorious for you, and at the same time it's going to make you realize the certain results, okay, that are almost due, that you wouldn't normally realize. You see how everything is so beautifully connected, and that is most certainly going to lead towards an important path of security that you're actually going to have. The third date that I was going to let you know about is the 28th of February. Now, the third day is the last day of February, is the 28th of February. And now, you know, it is about you realizing that, you know, you're going to realize that you kind of are going to protect yourself from like an unknown danger. I'm sorry, I know this sounds really, really weird, but you're going to realize that you protected yourself from an unknown danger. And you know, at the time when that happened, it was quite a few months ago. There is a very strong moment here, very strong situation, and you did something, you responded to the situation in a certain way, and you weren't really too sure. So the 28th of February, it's really going to prove the certain point to you, but also the fact that you kind of protected yourself in the right way from an unknown danger. If you haven't already done that, then that could actually happen now, this month, you know, throughout the February. You know, you will kind of like respond to a certain situation, and you will think that you are like kind of protecting yourself, and maybe it's not going to seem like the right thing at the time to do, like a right decision, right moment, but now this is a very powerful day because it's going to confirm this to you, you know, and then that is just going to make you a kind of awake towards hidden dangers. Please don't get like all scared, oh my god, no hidden dangers. No baby, no, this is brilliant because it's just kind of it's more about confirmations than anything else, but it's also protecting yourself, protecting people around you, and just doing the right thing at the same time. It's wonderful because someone is actually going to give you like quite ooh la la advice on the 28th of February. It's an important advice that you are going to have here, and also at the same time that advice is going to kind of answer the question to you when it comes to this particular emotional confusion that you're maybe going to feel a little bit. So this is why this is an important advice that you're going to get. Maybe it's not even going to be the direct advice. Maybe you're just going to walk somewhere and you're going to hear someone talking, you're going to see something and you might gain some kind of advice through this, or maybe you may watch something and you connect in this particular way. However, this is going to be brilliant because it's going to help you with your own emotional confusion, but then again, you know, at the same time, this is going to bring you a very important new interest in matters, okay? And overcoming like a quite annoying and very heavy and very difficult obstacle that you had nothing to do with yourself, for example. And on another hand, you know, this is going to the 28th of February is wonderful because it's a lot to do with like you know, people getting together, like an important time when it comes to relationships, important time when it comes to people in your life. You know, someone is going to tell you something who mean to you so much as well, but these are the people who are very important to you, like your family members or the best friends. You will be told something, you know, and it's going to help you so much because you're going to feel really great, and also you were worrying about this particular specific person, so this is going to put your mind to rest at the same time. But the 28th of February is going to bring you satisfaction because it is the certain accomplishment that you will have will be very important here because it's to do with you, it's to do with your heart, it's to do with your soul, it's to do with your spirit, it's to do with your home, it's to do with your immediate environment, it's to do with people in your life. It's about getting together, it's about finally doing things that you wanted to do for a long time, but things that are actually involving and including people who are the best in your life indeed. It's to do with satisfaction, accomplishment, and also it's to do with devotion, you know. It is just so important, like when I see the devotion, you know, it means that, you know, those things that mean to you the most are going to grow. Those things that mean to you the most are going to have a very positive outcome here, and that in itself is going to be remarkable because it's going to make you feel so much better, and then at the same time it's going to start a new process of an unfoldment indeed. Okay, so now my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to start with the first week of February. Now, basically, what else I was going to say, this is something also I would highly recommend you look at this gorgeous little carnelian. This gorgeous little carnelian pendant. It's absolutely beautiful. Carnelian is also one of my favorite because it's very gentle, it's very beautiful, it's very pretty, and also at the same time it's fantastic when it comes to the actual motivation. It's fantastic when it comes to the actual energy. It's fantastic when it comes to like us feeling re-energized, us feeling creative. You know, it's fantastic when when you just like kind of also like feel like, oh, I'm not too sure what to do, when you feel deflated and things like that. Also, carnelian is remarkable. It's a very, very warm crystal as well, and it's something that I would highly recommend you to wear throughout February. Even March is going to be so important. This comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Cancerinis, you're also supporting my channel as well, I have to say that. Okay, so the first week of February, you know what? The first week of February is kind of going to help yourself to set yourself free, my baby. And you know why? It's because something, is going to come to an end here, like when it comes to like the wishful thinking. And this is specifically like about first 3 days in February are going to be quite strong when it comes to this wishful thinking. So it's very good to actually to understand that, it's a lot to do with maybe like a little illusion coming to an end, but it's going to be really good for you because you're going to be able to set yourself free. On another hand, I can see that there is a specific news you will have here when it comes to your finances. So if you are worrying about your finances and things like that, you are going to hear quite positive news, and it's going to be really specific, when it comes to your specific situation. But most certainly it's like about some kind of security and power coming through the actual money that is going to come to you. It's either going to happen then, or you're just going to become aware of it. You're going to have some kind of a time span roughly when this is actually going to happen. So this is going to be quite good. But also on another hand, the first part of February is just going to make you feel like what you have been assertive about, what you have been wanted to achieve, kind of you were blocked in a halfway, you were blocked in the middle because it's nothing to do with you, but it's lots of darkness around the world at the moment. It's making people like kind of a little bit confused because people are not able to plan their lives in the way they used to at the moment. So you are going to have a little reward here when it comes to you feeling assertive, because purely that obstacle that was created by these negative energies are actually going to be very important here, because I can see that you will want to celebrate here, because an obstacle is going to come to an end that was blocking you, that was preventing you to move on. And this is almost going to be like perfect time for celebration, a connection, reconnection, and it's going to be remarkable. And this is something really that I need you to know. The mid part of February, the working with people. I know that lots of people are not able to go out and work at the moment and things like that. That doesn't mean this necessarily, but it's working with people. Teamwork will be more important than ever, which means that if you find yourself being rather confused about a certain specific situations in your life when it comes to people that you really know, people that you are with, people that you work with, it's just really important that connection and connection with people will be very strong. It's going to be very strong point in the mid-February, because this means that you're going to be getting lots of information through those people who know you, through those people that are in your life, whether you're talking whether you are seeing them, whether you are talking through an email, whether you are talking through the text message. It all depends. However, you're going to learn quite a lot about things, about specific situations in your life, but then at the same time, there is a lot that you're going to find out through this process, because this is going to be a strong point. On another hand, an important vision where you thought that there was a limited success, and this is when things are going to start becoming so interesting and so powerful. Where you thought that there was a limited success, you are going to have an important vision, and this is so great because it's connected to the certain nostalgia, but then at the same time it's going to kind of help you out to come out of the certain restrictions that were around your life, and also at the same time very important moment when it comes to you and when it comes to your spiritual leader. leader, spiritual guide or guru, or somebody who you look up in this particular way, because that particular person is going to be on your mind when it comes to you feeling very nostalgic, and it's going to be very interesting, but through synchronicity what you're going to realize. Number 7 will be very important. Number 7 is the actual number, and number 7 is a highly spiritual and powerful number, which at the same time means that your third psychic eye is going to be wide open, and that you're going to be guided, by some kind of force that you're going to be able to feel, but in a good, really beautiful and really wonderful way indeed. The third part of February, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to, you're going to be on a little bit of test here, and almost like basically, oh my God, you're going to feel like someone is going to challenge you in the last part of February, and this is almost like kind of a little bit of part of your test. It's going to require from you to be like a little bit defensive, but not that it's going to be required from you to be defensive, but this is how you're going to feel. But it's very important to understand that this is just part of the test that you will be under. So if you do feel challenged by somebody at the end of February, your response really should be like, oh yeah, just rise above the negativity, and that's the best way to be. That's the best way to do. That way you're working on your karma. That way you're seeing things that you wouldn't normally see. That way you're just going to improve your spiritual journey, spiritual progress, spiritual process, and only a couple of days later you are going to have an important news, and the important news that you're actually going to have is going to be the part of your reward. And that important news that you are going to have, it's pretty much so going to require from you to understand that you need to move forward with an open mind, and at the same time you need to observe your limitations. Okay, this is important. The last part of February, it's, oh my God, it's just like you finding out something really powerful about yourself, but it's just going to motivate you so much, and you will just want to take it on the next level. And this is to do with you individually, who you are, what you're doing, what you're focusing on, but it's to do with things that you enjoy, but at the same time with things that make you feel really good, and it's the same time with your own kind of powerful little skill. When you enjoy something and you love doing something and you put so much energy in it, you become very, very powerful, because you allow yourself to be who you want to be, who you need to be, who you really should be, because that's our role on this earth. If we allow ourselves to be who we are, this is exactly what we need to do. We're going to shine very, very bright, and once we do this, the energy is immaculate in so many different ways. So that is going to be important when it comes to your own skill, and pay attention to the actual little moment that you are going to have with your own enjoyment. Something is going to make you feel really good. Something is going to make you feel so great. Something is going to make you feel happy. It's the happiness that you're going to feel that you haven't felt in a while. I'm not saying that you were sad or anything, but this is pretty much so going to be a very strong sign, like that new direction it's about to be revealed. And it's not like completely new, no baby, no, but it's to do with, like what I said before, it's the expansion, and it's to do with the next step. It's to do with things that you should do in order to move on with your life. Very important, because it's to do with a hope, and also it's to do with an important inspiration, which is going to help you realize the bright prospects with unlimited possibilities. And this is why this is so important indeed. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to take these tarot cards. Look at the size of them. Yeah, so now I'm going to take these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are actually in relationship. You see, for those of you who are actually in relationship, you've got the paranormal here. Woo. Now, this is it. For those of you who are in relationship, I want to say, before I even talk about this, it is about the moment of the actual truth that you're going to have. And the moment of the truth that you're going to have, it's going to... Sorry. it's gonna be connected to the little bit of negativity, a little bit of like a sharpness in between you two when it comes to couples. But then at the same time, you know, it's connected to the karmic situation from before, which means that the argument from before is going to bounce back, and it's very, very important. It's nothing too bad, too crazy, but it's very important for you to work on it, because if you don't, it's going to come back again and again and again, and karmically it's going to require from you to, at some moment in time when you're both ready, to work on it. So something is going to come to the surface, you see, and this is when karmically you have to deal with problems and things, and then you get so much out of it, but something is going to come to the surface that you will both benefit from like there is no tomorrow, you see. On another hand, you know what else I was going to say, and you see this little baby here, the paranormal curiosity, you are going to have a quite unusual experience, very strange experience as a couple, but a really good experience through like a very unusual situation. Whether this is going to be the spirit that you're both going to be aware of, whether you're going to be able to smell like a perfume of somebody who used to be in your life, you know, like just passing by, the passing by spirit, whether you're going to feel like a cold spot, you know, both of you together. At the same time, you will need to know that this is going to be an important moment, because that important moment is also going to let you know that you're about to get an important reward, you see. So when you both feel like a little bit of like kind of unusual experience this month, at the same time, I need you to remember that this is your sign, my baby, that very, very soon you're both going to have a very strong, very powerful, very significant reward indeed. Okay, and also, you know, the hope. There is something that you both wanted to do, something that you both were hoping for. So that hope is going to come up. Okay, and it's to do with an inspiration that you're both going to have. So pay attention to this, my gorgeous Cancerini, because it's going to be really, really great. Okay, so now, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Cancerini, basically, you see this. This is really interesting now, indeed. And you know what? I want to say this to you because you're actually someone quite interesting is about to walk into your life. It is not going to be that long, and this person is really beautiful in and out, and I haven't seen this in a really long time. I haven't seen this in a while, and it's just someone very, very special indeed. And what I was going to say, when you hear the moment this month, you know, it could be even March that person comes in, you know, one step at a time. You know, it really depends where you are at the moment. But I will say to you, when you hear the certain news, when it comes to some kind of justice, something in general, some kind of justice, you know, and if you feel, when you feel like this was like a fairness, you know, and this in itself, it's almost kind of going to put you on a certain path, on a certain journey. But this is going to be the moment in time when you're actually going to you're going to come across someone very special, very beautiful, but you will feel a very strong connection, because normally it would take you like about 5 years, you know, maybe to feel completely, not 5 years, but maybe it would take you like about 5-6 months, you know, to feel very comfortable with somebody, you know. It really depends. But this specific person that you will feel a very strong connection with, very unusual, okay, and this is somebody who is going to become the part of your life, and very strong part of your life indeed. But you will know when you hear about a certain justice, this is also going to be a sign that it's not going to be that long until this person walks into your life, and this person is going to be very, very interesting indeed. So there is beginning of something very, very, very nice here, and this person is going to make you feel so free when it comes to your own emotions. So therefore you're going to find yourself wondering how come that you feel comfortable with that person already. This is because that person is going to be very special indeed. And I'm saying that it may not appear like in February, but it could be in March, you know. It all depends, but one step at a time you will see this person is about to change your life. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerinis, I love you all so much, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Cancerinis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.